So guys, if you're a Ghanaian and you're a nurse, you should not skip this video. Honestly, there's a lot that you're going to know from today's video. So I have two powerful women. I have Angela and Dr. Matilda Decker. Okay, so today you're going to hear a Ghanaian accent, that's mine, and then a British accent, that's Angela's accent, and then an American accent, that's Dr. Matilda's accent. We're going to talk about GDNA. If you're a Ghanaian nurse and you've not heard GDNA before, I don't know where you have been. So GDNA, it's basically Ghana Diaspora Nursing Alliance. Okay, it's an association to connect Ghanaian nurses globally to improve the health of Ghanaians. So I'll let Dr. Matilda introduce herself, and then Angela will also introduce herself.
Hi, I am Dr. Matilda Decker. I am the Vice President and the co-founder, or one of the co-founders of the Ghanaian Diaspora Nursing Alliance, short GDNA. Ghana in our DNA. So I migrated from Ghana when I was 11 years old, and I've been a nurse for about 10 years now. And 6 of those years I've been a nurse practitioner. I have pretty much only had experience in the US, but I've always knew I wanted to be a nurse for 3 main reasons. My sister was a nurse, and I saw the flexibility that she had to have a balance between work and family. And I also hated math. So let's put it that way. I hated math, and I wanted to stay away from any career that was math intensive. And then the last thing was when I was in high school, we would go on a lot of mission trips, and I knew I wanted to serve people. I wasn't sure what it was, but I knew that one of the best ways to serve people was helping them when they were vulnerable, the sick, patients. So that's one of the reasons why I became a nurse. And like I said, I haven't really practiced in Ghana, but my heart is definitely at home and seeing Ghana nursing improve over time. So I am a family nurse practitioner with an independent practice in the US, specifically Delaware. And I'm also a faculty at the Johns Hopkins School of Nursing, where I met my other co-founder, also the president, Professor Yvonne Commodore Mensa. So Professor Yvonne Commodore Mensa is an associate professor at the Johns Hopkins School of Nursing and Public Health, and she's also a nurse scientist and cardiovascular disease epidemiologist.
Wow, these are very huge titles. Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Angela. I'm an immigrant nurse. I started nursing in Ghana and then migrated to the UK some years back. I've worked in both private and public sectors. Currently into clinical trials, and I lead a team of research nurses on a cancer detection trial. And I manage the team for the southeast of London and the Kent regions. I'm also currently an MRes student at King's College London. Even though I'm a nurse, primarily a nurse, my focus now is in research and clinical trials. In GDNA, I'm one of the co-directors for research, QI, and evidence-based practice.
Wow. So what made you guys come together to form the GDNA?
So, like I mentioned, I met Professor Yvonne Commodore Mensa on campus. We both worked at Johns Hopkins School of Nursing. And one of these days, there was a fire drill. Alarm went off. Everybody's outside trying to, make sure they don't get burnt. And I came across her. I've known about her being an epidemiologist and, doing research for the School of Nursing. So I went up to her and I said, hey, I'm Ghanaian as well. Started chatting, found out we both spoke Ga. It was so natural. Started speaking Ga. And, she brought up, hey, have you heard what's going on in nursing in Ghana? I think the first thing she said was the fact that there's so many nurses that are unemployed currently in Ghana. And I was pretty shocked, to be honest. I didn't know there were that many nurses that had graduated with no jobs. So really, it just went right. It was so natural. We were like, okay, we got to figure this out. We got to work on something to improve whatever is going on. We don't know where to start. We don't know what our team will look like, but we know we have a heart for Ghana. And, truly speaking, when you're Ghanaian in the diaspora and you've worked so hard to give back to, the countries that you reside in, the least you could do is go back home and give back. So that's where it started from, just kind of knowing that our home is Ghana. We want to go back home at some point. We want to make sure our families are safe in Ghana. Our children can go back because that's where they come from. We decided to just meet up once a week, just brainstorming, and then over time built our team, had Angela on board, and we currently have about 18 executive boards and 4 little committees. And we are constantly meeting, constantly trying to figure out what can we do. And it's, like I said, it's so natural. It's so fun. Nobody feel like they're being overworked. And we do spend a lot of time, put a lot of time and effort into, what's next, what does it look like, and into our projects. And, like I said, over time, this will be a legacy project. And at the end of the day, who can, uplift Ghana and, work on Ghana's healthcare other than the nurses that have acquired so much knowledge and skills from abroad. And the reality is we have acquired a lot from being migrants in the diaspora. So currently, GDNA has an affiliation.
Yeah.
So in the United States, we are collaborated with the Johns Hopkins School of Nursing Center for Global Initiative, where the associate dean is actually one of our advisory council. She's done many projects in Ghana, and it was just really fitting to make sure she was part of our team. We also have Professor Lydia Azuyato, who is in Ghana at the University of Life Sciences. We have the Ghana College of Nurses and Midwifery, or Midwives. We have Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, where Mrs. Perpetual is represented. We have a representative from the Department of Nursing and Midwifery, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST. We also have the Ghana Nursing and Midwifery Council, the Nursing and Midwifery Services of Ghana Health Service, and the University of Ghana School of Nursing and Midwifery.
Wow. So we do have a lot of backing, and I know we are registered in Ghana and in the US as well.
Correct.
Wow.
And very soon in the UK. Correct.
So why should I be a member? Like, what are the benefits?
The overarching aim of GDNA obviously is to harness talents of Ghanaians in the diaspora to give back. But aside giving back, we have structured, systems to make sure that our members feel, there's benefit to being part of GDNA. And it's a good place to network. We're a group of professionals all over the world. So what you want to do is you want to spread your wings, you want to be able to engage with as many people as possible depending on your interests, and GDNA gives you the platform to be able to do this. And mentorship, there are so many accomplished professionals in GDNA, not just on the executive, but even the members as well. We have so many people that have been able to advance their career and their nursing profession, and they will be able to provide mentorship. So for instance, if I have an interest, or if someone has an interest in research, they could reach out to me, Matilda, Yvonne. There are so many researchers on the executive or membership that they can liaise with. And preceptorships, scholarships, there are people, some of us have benefited from scholarships. We know where to look, we know how to help with grant writing. We want to be able to support Ghanaians to reach their goals, to reach their, to be the best versions of themselves. Job opportunities, if there are job opportunities within our networks, we're looking at sharing it with fellow Ghanaians in the diaspora. Professional advice, and once again, like I mentioned, there are so many people that have advanced so much in the diaspora. So many Ghanaians are doing great things, and GDNA is where we are putting everyone together so that you can join us and then tap in. So as part of giving back to Ghana, we'll be organizing webinars, and these webinars are open to everybody. So even if you're in the diaspora and there's a topic that interests you that you want to use, we're trying to get CPD accreditation in other countries. We're working for Ghana as well, so that you can join these webinars that will be educative, and at the same time, you get to sit on the same platform with your Ghanaian fellows. Discounted conferences and events. We have few events coming up. As a member, we'll be discounting as much as we can. And if we have to travel, we're looking at traveling as groups to enable people to be able to reach some of these destinations more easily. So we've been in contact with the NMC Ghana to try and help people in the diaspora that are not Ghana licensed nurses but want to go back and do some work. We're working on an MOU for them to be able to get their Ghanaian licenses So that when they go back home and they feel like, oh, actually, I want to go to college, go and do a few hours, work in my specialty in that area, maybe share some ideas, just give back. We are working on being able to assist our members get these licenses. We all know how difficult it is, especially when you're migrating or if you want to pursue more education and you need your transcript back home. You can get a big canvas. And what we are doing with our partners is trying to make the process easy for Ghanaians abroad and even back at home, so we can assist people to be able to get their transcripts and all that other documentation if they need to. We know how hard it is, myself inclusive. When you move from home, you literally start life right back at the back of the queue, and it gets lonely, it's confusing, the culture shock and everything else. GDNA is the place we want Ghanaians to find comfort and happiness as well. And we will be providing wellness and support. There will always be someone you can reach out and talk to within the country. There will be executive members, there will be fellow members. So you can open up. There are people who share their experiences because they've been in the country many years. They know where to look. They know where to tell you to get advice. So these are some of the few, and the ideas are still growing. We meet regularly to make sure that we are exploring all possible opportunities that we can give to Ghanaians, both at home and in the diaspora.
I'm already a member, but I did not know that there were these many benefits. Hey! A lot. I don't know.
I would say, absolutely. And it's one of those things where it's just like, if you're going to do it well. Make sure that all the services that you might not get within other organizations, right? That's what sets us apart. We have learned, we've done our research, we've looked and seen and asked, what would you like, within an organization, especially being so specific. This is an organization for Ghanaians, right? What is necessary for us to thrive as nurses as well? I mean, we are the backbone of healthcare. If your nurse is not doing well, trust and believe it will reflect on your health outcome, right? Yeah. We want to make sure that our nurses are getting the best. So when we talk about why to become a GDNA member, we don't speak lightly of it. We know, and we're working to make sure that as we all work together, right, as our nurses in the diaspora come together, even in Ghana, come together, we are working to make our profession respected, right? We want to make sure nursing is being respected, and knowing that, we don't just become nurses, we become nurses with the intention of improving the human race altogether. So so those are all the type of things that we're giving our members. This is for all Ghanaians and Ghanaians at heart. Okay, so we don't include others, but yes, it is open to others that are Ghanaian at heart and love Ghana and have passion for Ghana.
Wow. For this, I think everyone should join. Guys, if you're interested in joining, I'll leave a link in the description. Okay, you can just tap on the link and then fill the questionnaire, and then you can join. As simple as that. I'm sure people are wondering, do they have to pay monthly dues, or what is it?
For this first year, it's inaugural year, we are not charging our members. So you feel free, join, and over time we will add a charge. And it's, everything that we're doing really does require some funding, but it's not going to be tedious. So another thing is, for all our Ghanaians that are living in Ghana, it will be free for you as long as you're a member of GDNA. So it will not be anything that will break your pocket. So it will be a very minimal amount.
You mentioned this is the inaugural year. How long have we been in existence, really? And then what have we done so far? Like, what has the organization done so far?
We've only been in existence, I want to say, since October 2022. October 2022. We are very new, but we are powerful. Only because, our team came in, our team member, they were ready to make sure, this concept of having Ghanaians in the diaspora being all together, this concept was executed well, which is why we were able to, share everything that we've done so far. The first thing was having a lunch. We did this luncheon in Ghana, January 6, 2023. a few months ago, we had over 400 nurses, both in the diaspora and Ghana, attending. It was definitely a humbling experience to see that many nurses show up to learn about GDNA, to see, where we can go. How do we really improve Ghana?
Yeah, so in addition to what Matilda said, there's a lot of work that's been going on at the background. We meet every week. We are developing our webinars. We've designed a questionnaire to get some data for simulation labs in Ghana. We did receive a request for some of the institutions for support. So we have done that. So a lot of groundwork, making sure that we are a well-structured organization, our websites, the registrations, building capacities, enlarging the teams, making sure that we've got the personnel that we need so that when we take off, there'll be no pausing. We'll literally hit the ground running. So yeah, basically a lot of background work. We're also planning on our first UK meet and mingle session. So we'll be having our first annual conference in the US in Baltimore this year, October 28th, precisely. So save the dates. There'll be more details that will be coming out. We will also have the annual Ghanaian conference in January. Please watch the space. We will give out more details about that. And yeah, as we go on, there'll be a lot of events that we will be sharing on our social media spaces. So do follow us and do join us, and then we'll be sharing this information with you.
So let's talk about the upcoming events. Okay, which one is the nearest, and then what is it about?
So our next event is this Thursday, May 11th, which is also Nurses Week. GDNA, in collaboration with the Johns Hopkins School of Nursing, Center for Global Initiative, and ICN, will be hosting a webinar topic, Migration of Nurses from Africa to High-Income Country. We have panelists including Professor Nancy Reynolds, Howard Patton, who is the CEO of ICN, Mrs. Perpetua Ofori-Ampomfa, who is the GDNA president. We have James Asamani, and then we also have Isabella Nana Ashanti, who is the chairperson of the Ghana Nursing and Midwifery Council. They will all be our panelists, and so far we've had about 600 nurses that have registered, and we're hoping we'll have a lot more because there's so much to discuss, and we hope everybody can register. And obviously, we'll put the link in the description box so that you can all register.
Speaking about the webinar, and then I know there's another huge event coming up on June 3rd. That's the Meet and Mingle for Ghanaian nurses in the UK. I'm excited for that one. Can you tell us more about it, Angela?
Yes, so the Meet and Mingle is scheduled for the 3rd of June, 11 p.m. sharp. And GDNA members, potential members, Ghanaians are hot. We will all be congregating in Dartford, Kent, where we will be sharing some very exciting details about GDNA and about our upcoming events. And then we will also get the opportunity to join GDNA on the spot. In addition to that, we will have executive members and directors in attendance. So we'll have the opportunity to meet them in person. And we'll be having you, Nanelle, at the center, which will be great. And then, so we'll be literally, also checking on each other, see how everyone is doing. Like I said earlier, it does get lonely sometimes, and we all need each other. This would be a great, opportunity for you to come in, talk about how you're doing, what your next steps are, and the support systems that we can give each other. So yes, it will be a great event.
Exchange numbers, meet other fellow Ghanaians in the UK. It'll be very exciting. Please, is there item 13?
Absolutely, there will be refreshments. Yes.
Okay. Wow. And it's free, right? It's free to attend.
Free, 100% free.
3rd of June at 11, and then I'll leave the location and the details on the screen so you can see. And guys, I'll be excited to meet all of you. And I know the upcoming ones where we're going to meet in the US, Baltimore. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So if you're Ghanaian nurse, probably you are yet to move to the UK, or you're in the UK already and you're looking to travel to the US, or probably you don't know anyone there, this could be an opportunity. You could use this to travel to the US for the first time for a nursing conference, and then tour as well, or whatever it is. So I'm looking forward to that as well. That would be really, really exciting. I'm sure that there are people that might not even come for the one in the UK, but they'll move from UK to the US.
I'll be checking my register for the commented members.
Okay. So your final words, Angela, and then Matilda will also give your final words.
Yeah. So I'll entreat every Ghanaian in the diaspora to try and join GDNA, especially if you've migrated abroad. I mean, from day one, you get to see so many things that you wish we had back home, in terms of knowledge, in terms of skill, in terms of equipment. And this is the opportunity for you to actually make those wishes come true. Where you can actually give back, the knowledge, the skills, some of the things that, we are enjoying in the workplace. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that even after this video, if you're joining the socials, there'll be updates on all the events. So even if there are other ones that we failed to mention, so you can keep yourself updated,
So I would say that GDNA really has, has really tried to create this organization where, all our nurses, every nurse is an exceptional nurse, right? But we want to make sure we come together from all parts of the world, wherever country that you reside in. We want to bring our talents and our experts together and take it back home. The reality is, like I said, our home needs help. Right? Who best to take care of what is dear to our heart than ourselves? Anybody can go and do something in Ghana, but it's not the same when it's your own, right? So I think this is the place where we want to be able to empower our nurses to take ownership of their career and take joy and have joy while doing that. We want our Ghanaians in the diaspora to join GDNA so that we can work together. We are stronger together. We're stronger when we unite. So we need to come together and make sure that we're able to execute our dream, our passion, right? And our love for this nursing career and our love for our Ghanaian people.
So bye-bye. GDNA.
Ghana
in our DNA.
Hey. Guys, if you believe that as well, type it in the comment section. It was nice talking to you. Bye-bye. And hope to see you guys at the event.